Dear students, you are welcome in the Education Department at SHAHD Association. Our lesson today is the structure of atom. Make sure to subscribe to our channel for more lessons and don't forget to activate the bell to stay notified.
Our objectives in this session are: we will define atom. We will list the subatomic particles in each atom. We will define atomic and mass number. We calculate the number of neutrons. And finally, we will explain how anions and cations are formed. As we saw in the Explore section, we saw how a combined puzzle is made up of several separated parts. These are atoms. Now we will take the definition of an atom. Atoms are the tiny basic building block of matter. All material on Earth are composed of various combinations of atoms. Atoms are the smallest particles of a chemical element that identifies the properties unique to that element. The second part of our lesson is identifying the components of an atom. Atoms consist of two parts. The first one is called the nucleus. It is located in the center of the atom. It is also the massive part in the atom. Massive means that it has the higher mass. The second part of the atom is called the electron cloud. The electron cloud is orbiting about the nucleus. Now, we will identify the three subatomic particles that exist in each atom. Atoms contains subatomic particles that are called protons, neutrons, and electrons. This picture to the right, it shows the three subatomic particles and their location. Protons and the neutrons, having the color of red and green, they are located in the nucleus, while the electrons, which having the color blue, they are located on the electron cloud. What is the atomic number and what's the mass number? The atomic number is defined as the number of protons that are present in the nucleus. The atomic number identifies the element. The mass number is the combination of the number of protons and neutrons that are present in the nucleus. Out of these two numbers, we can calculate the number of neutrons by applying this rule. So the number of neutrons is equal to the mass number minus the atomic number. How can we symbolize the chemical element? So the general symbol of a chemical element is X, A, Z. X is the chemical symbol of the element. A is the mass number and Z is the atomic number. Let's take an example for that. So the helium atom. The helium atom, it has a symbol of He. Its mass number is 4 and its atomic number is 2. So we can write as A is equal to 4 and Z is equal to 2. Out of these two numbers, we can calculate the number of neutrons by applying this rule. So the number of neutrons is equal to the mass number A minus the atomic number Z. So if we substitute, so 4 minus 2, we will get a 2 as an answer, and so we have 2 neutrons. Let's take another example. The nitrogen atom, 14,7. The mass number is 14 and the atomic number is 7. If we want to calculate the number of neutrons, we apply this rule. The mass number minus the atomic number. So 14 minus 7 it gives 7 neutrons. Now, we'll move to the ions. We have two types of ions. The first type is called the anions. In anions, they are ions that have a negative charge. In anions, the number of electrons is more than the number of protons. The second type is called cations. Cations are ions having a positive charge. The number of electrons is less than the number of protons. Let's take an example for a cation. This figure contains 5 protons and 4 electrons. It's not a neutral because the number of protons is more than the number of electrons, so it's a cation. Now let's calculate the charge of this cation. The charge is equal to the number of protons minus absolute value for the number of electrons. So 5 minus 4, it gives plus 1. So the charge is plus 1. Let's now take an example for an ion. This figure contains 5 protons and 7 electrons. So since the number of protons is less than the number of electrons, it's an ion. Now if we want to calculate the charge, we apply this rule. Number of protons minus absolute value of the number of electrons. So 5 minus 7, it gives minus 2. The charge is minus 2.
Thanks for watching. If you like this lesson, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more, and don't forget to click the bell to get all updates.